based on what we do, technology, the pace at which we work, it's just not realistic to be perfect. We have to fail, we have to learn faster and keep moving. For me, AI is not something to be feared. I think the organizations who are going to be successful in transforming their organizations are going to learn that it is a tool. I think throughout my career, I've been afraid to speak up in meetings. I've been afraid to say something, to add to a conversation for various reasons.
Mhm.
And I think being able to speak up in a room to take up space is something that I'm very conscious of. To your point, we don't just arrive here. You and I did not just arrive here. It was a very intentional journey
And sometimes costly.
and sometimes costly.
Hey, everybody, my name is Lee Cage, and we are back with another episode of 15 Minutes with. Now, today's guest is no stranger to the show or my life. This is my friend, my colleague, and the Workday transformation expert herself, Nicole. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me again, Lee. It's so
We're so
good to
glad
be
you're
here
here.
again.
Different city.
Different city. Just take me everywhere you go,
Just,
okay?
you're
This
welcome.
this is our road
We are.
show.
This is the 15 Minutes Roadshow. I love
Exactly.
it. So, Nicole, the last time we chatted, we were in DC and we were talking about the future of work and transformation and like what it's like to be a mom while also leading a practice. I'm assuming some of those things have changed, but many have not.
That's right. The last time we were in DC, I was on the cusp of making a bit of a decision as it relates to
Mm,
my career life, my content life. And I did make a conscious decision recently to bring those two worlds together. I think
mhm.
for the past 12 months, 18 months, my career life and my creator life have been separate. And so I did make a conscious decision at the beginning of the year to combine those two.
I mean, because how can they be different? Like you are leading a family.
I mean, the reality is they inform one another, right? I spend so
Right.
much of my life, we spend so much of our life dedicated to our careers, dedicated to spending time with our clients. And then we have this creator aspect. And so it's hard to uncouple that because we're one and the same, right? And so we had this conversation with our client earlier. The people that they met in the sales cycle are the same people that
With
they
the
are going
same.
to have in the trenches with them. And so that really resonated with me and really encouraged me to bring those worlds together. And I think you inspired me as well.
Oh my goodness. So, for those that don't know, what the heck do you do? I mean, I know that you're like Tylenol to complex problems, but what does it look like in your everyday work?
I wish every day was the same. I think how this manifests itself in my career is that there isn't a perfect day. What I strive for is balance every week, every month. And that's a balanced amount of time that I spend with my clients, with my career, obviously mentoring folks like you who are on my team who inspire me every day to be a better leader. And then there's a big part of my life now who creates content. I have a public account where I share, fitness, wellness, fashion, and now creator content or now leadership content, excuse
Mhm.
me. I was finding that so many of the women who follow me in my career and in my content life were asking about
Like what
what
in real
I
life?
do. There were so many people who messaged me and had assumed that I stayed at home and I created content full time. And so for me, that was a huge sign that there was an appetite for me to share more about my career, how I got to where I am.
There's everyone gets 24 hours in a day. We only get 24 hours, but how we spend those, I think, is a little bit different. And as a consultant, especially a career
Yeah.
consultant like yourself, you learn to really maximize like how you're spending that time. So I can see why they would think like,
That's right. I mean, it's an efficiency thing, right?
right.
We only have 24 hours in the day, and so for me to compartmentalize and say, okay, I'm going to create content for this time. I'm going to do my career for this time, and then I'm going to do mom life here. It all intersects, and it all was colliding. And so for me, again, it was just another sign that I really need to be more intentional about bringing those things together.
So how do you balance perfectionism with productivity in your work?
That is something I have been working on
Okay.
for so long. I think I am a typical only child, first daughter energy. And I think that
You're
perfection
only child? You're not an only
not only
child.
child, excuse me, not only child, the oldest child,
The
excuse
oldest
me,
child,
the oldest
yes.
child. I am
I was
bringing
like,
oldest
your
daughter.
sister's a CPA. I feel like this is real life
Exactly.
for
I
this.
bring oldest daughter energy
Of course,
to
yes.
every task that I take on.
Yeah.
And with that comes pressure, internal pressure to be perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of reasons why that is. And I think based on what we do, technology, the pace at which we work, it's just not realistic to be perfect. We have to fail, we have to learn faster and keep moving. And that's the philosophy that we have with our clients and something that I should expect of myself going forward. But it definitely is something that I'm conscious of and I'm always working towards.
So how do you recharge? I mean, you mentioned a little bit about that there's the content life and wellness and being well. Is that the way that you recharge, or what's a day in the life of like recharging as a leader of
Yeah.
the world's fifth largest accounting firm's
I mean, when
Workday
I think
practice?
of the things that I do on a daily basis that ground me, that give me energy, I I think people are surprised that I'm a natural introvert. I think our careers require us to be pretty outgoing and to be
Yeah.
on at all times. But if left to my own devices, I love doing Pilates in the morning. I'm an avid solid core fanatic. So that is definitely what I do in the morning. I have been trying to do more gratitude journaling. So, again, very introspective activities. And then at night, just some cooking with the boys. And again, we do yoga in the evenings actually as part of our nighttime routine. And I think again, the boys, they're sponges, right? They just look around and see what you're doing and they want to be a part of it. And so I think being able to build healthy habits for myself and my family is really important and helps to ground me.
So what's one skill you've developed that you're like, I cannot believe that I know how to do this?
It's something so simple, but as I have mentored and talked to so many young women in our field, on our team, it's about using your voice. And again, that seems like such a small skill, but I think throughout my career, I've been afraid to speak up in meetings. I've been afraid to say something, to add to a conversation for various reasons.
Mhm.
And I think being able to speak up in a room to take up space is something that I'm very conscious of. I try to emulate that in the meetings that we have with our consultants, and it's a muscle that I've been building.
Almost like it's a core
Mhm.
muscle to be built.
Yes,
And I think if you don't speak up, people will assume that you have nothing important to say.
right.
And which is rarely the case, but it
Mhm.
could come off that way. Um, as you look at, life and work and workday and
Mhm.
all the things that are on your plate in a
Yeah.
everyday, what's one thing that you have committed to doing in 2026 that you didn't do in 2025?
Oh my goodness. We talked about this earlier today in a webcast that I helped to moderate. And I think one of the things that I'm committed to is dispelling this myth or minimizing this fear as it relates to AI. I mean, we talk about the way of work now and the impact of AI. And for me, AI is not something to be feared. I think the organizations who are going to be successful in transforming their organizations are going to learn that it is a tool. It is
Like
not like
any other tool.
exactly, like any other tool, and it can go a long way in terms of reducing friction in our everyday life. So I see it as an opportunity, especially for organizations, again, who are transforming their organizations with Workday or any other ERP otherwise.
Did they make other they
I mean, I don't know any off of the top of my head.
better ERPs. No, that's kind of cool. I think that, for some it's just the unknown.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of research here recently around like the social
Yeah.
impact of technology.
Mhm.
And I always remind people, when Kroger or Walmart or whatever self-checkout line in your city, when they rolled out self-checkout, no one went to the Kroger self-checkout
Oh, you didn't?
training. I I didn't go. I didn't go to the Kroger
Well,
self-out.
it's HEB because we're in Austin
Okay.
today.
I did not go to the HEB self-checkout training, right? But with a reasonable amount of knowledge, with a reasonable amount of understanding of what it was meant to accomplish, I was able to get it done. And in the case that I hit a guardrail or didn't figure things out, the machine yelled at me and called me a thief until until somebody with a jacket came over to fix it.
Right.
I think AI and especially the modern technologies are just the same. If people can better understand what they're looking to solve, that it's not necessarily meant to be a replacement, but meant to be an accelerator,
Right.
I think it will help to change the minds around
I
it.
completely agree. I think it will enable us to focus on what we do best. It's creativity, it's empathy, it's it's that. It's not the friction, it's not the repeatable tasks that AI is well suited to replace.
So there's this thought, and I see this all the time. People message me on LinkedIn. I've had a couple of messages on Instagram where folks are like, it just kind of seems like you just arrived at the place that you're at.
Mhm, mhm,
And I'm sure you probably have gotten that. Folks, especially in consultants, when they see
mhm.
consultants, they have no clue what we do. I think my mom still thinks that I'm a recruiter. I've never been a recruiter, but because her job uses Workday and they
Yeah,
recruit, she assumes I'm probably a recruiter. Shout out to all the talent acquisition folks out there, but I am not
critical.
in the number. How do you help to dispel and maybe even
Mm,
educate, young and up and coming consultants that of how to path their careers
yeah.
and that you don't just arrive?
I think, and this is the whole impetus behind, Work Life Wednesday. This is a series that I'll be hosting every Wednesday to talk about my career journey and how we got here. I think in the blink of an eye, it's been 18 years since I've been in the workforce, and that seems like a big number. And I'm a big Olivia Dean fan right now, and she has this song. It's called, the lyrics are like, right, left, baby steps.
Mm.
And to your point, we don't just arrive here. You and I did not just arrive here. It was a very intentional journey
And sometimes costly.
and sometimes costly. And it requires will, it requires grace. It requires the support of others. And so when I think about my journey, of course, I played a part in my own
Yeah,
decision
of
making,
course.
my own education, my own discipline. However, and you and I both know this firsthand, it does require the support, the advocacy of the leaders that we align to. And so, when I left an organization where I was for 10 years, for a decade of my career, it was really important for me to align and to be with a leader who I trusted and who supported me, and we had a shared vision. So I think, again, there is some discipline
Mhm.
that I, as an individual, have required to get to where I am, but it also requires the support of a community as well.
So we're gonna change gears a little bit
Oh,
here.
okay.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Well, it's Dumb and Dumber, like any of those like slapstick comedies, it's just not my cup of tea. I wish I found them to be comical like others. However, it's just not
I
my
can't.
thing.
Okay, if you could invent a holiday, what would it celebrate?
Is there like a mom
I mean, we already
holiday?
have this.
Mother's Day?
We already have this. We already have this one. It's
Well, then I think it should be twice a year because the one day
oh my
celebrating mothers
goodness.
is just not enough. That's my
Do you know
answer.
that in the holiday realm of things, this is useless information that people should not know, but I do. Father's Day comes like 16th or 18th of the list.
Aw.
We don't get anything. You're like, just give dad the leftover. Get the change out the car. He wants tools. That's what he wants. He wants, I don't want
Well,
tools.
double the Mother's Day and double the Father's Day.
Um, what is a useless talent that you have? Like, I am so curious.
I don't know that I have a useless talent,
Okay.
but I think Filipinos in general are known for being like artists and singers, and I did not get that talent. So that is a
No.
talent that I wish I had.
Dancing?
No.
Okay, so I was on this yacht party. I've seen your moves.
I don't have moves.
Listen, y'all, don't let me find this footage. If the footage comes, it'll be in the bottom of this video, okay? The footage may be in the bottom of the video. I think there's footage of like a move happening. If you could master any artistic skill overnight, what would it be? Would it be the
I mean,
singing
I
and
just
dance?
mentioned it's the singing and dancing. My sister, I think, got all of the dancing vibes in the
Mm,
gene pool.
okay, okay, okay. We're gonna have the sister on. Okay. I feel like
You
Ricky
should
Lake or the Cheers.
the next
We're gonna
time
have the sister on. Sit here, sister.
we're in San Francisco,
We'll have the
Sarah,
sister
we're
on.
coming for you.
If you could speak any animal's language, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. So the boys, it could be two. The boys have a lizard and a fish at home because we have various allergies in our homes and we're restricted to the
As you
types of
know,
animals that can
I
bring
do
into
have
our home.
these allergies.
So I'm always so curious. The boys chow with them every day. I'm like, oh, I wonder what the lizard or the fish are thinking, if anything.
I love that. So, Nicole,
Yeah.
this we're at this point. I would love to open it up to you and give you two questions
Mm.
you get to ask me.
Well, one,
Oof.
you recently had a life event.
Yes.
I'm so curious to understand any challenges, any lessons learned that you've had becoming a new parent.
I there's been so many. There have been so many. I'm taking the glasses off. So there's been so many. I Most of my life is structured. Like it is very
I told you
structured.
this. I told you this.
I have a very I have a very structured life. Every other week, I fly or drive to Atlanta for grad school. I'm in a MAOL program that wraps up literally like Lipscomb finishes May 2nd, Emory finishes May 8th. My spouse is a finance transformation consultant.
There's allergies
We
and a
love
door.
and adore. I have one weekend of Army drill. So there's 2 weekends a month for grad school and one weekend a month for Army drill. Very structured life. I have clients. My clients love me. I love them back, but it's all very boxed.
Yeah.
I have the podcast. I have the things. It's these boxes very rarely touch each other.
Mhm.
And then my daughter was born, and I've yet to sleep. I have yet to. And I mean, I think like I thought like everything is just gonna be fine.
Mhm.
I can do this. I don't know what these parents are talking about. I mean, like I always had grace for them,
Yeah.
but I'm like, mm, I went through basic training. It'll be good. It'll be fine.
Mhm.
Week one, so the first week after she was born, we spent it actually in the hospital.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to go home within 2 days, but due to some complications, we stayed for 5. And I'm like, I remember thinking, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. By week 2, or actually week 3, I thought, I have made a horrible, a horrible mistake. I love this little human with all of my heart, and I cannot imagine my life without her. But where is like the Walmart return to sender line? Because it was such a like moment of like immense love,
Mhm.
but also terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified.
They just let us go home with these little people.
And they expect that we are just gonna figure it out. Consulting.
You're figuring it out.
We're figuring it out.
Figuring it out.
We are now working on little schedules, i.e., I do exactly what she tells me to do when she tells me to. Um, I follow instructions because she's now my boss along with Christian, so there's that. But it's just new
Yeah.
and exciting, but new. All right, last one, and then we're gonna get a rapid fire.
Yeah. What is one goal that you've set for yourself this year that I can support you with?
You know, I all of the goals that I have in some shape, form, or fashion involve like family and work. And for me, as you know, like these things have always been very integrated. I mean, like I've always with my clients in some cases, especially with my coworkers, shared my personal
Yeah.
being because it's my family life is so important to me. My work life is so important. So you're already doing that.
Right.
It's already there. I mean, for those of you that are listening to this, I recently had a small major surgery, and after the surgery, I'm looking at my call log and I realized that I had FaceTimed Nicole, and I'm like, I have no clue what I said under anesthesia or at the hospital. But you did get a chance to apparently.
Shout out to Tamika, your nurse. She was
Shout out
lovely.
to Tamika. Hi Tamika. You should have took my phone. Okay. Thank you, Tamika, for your service. But I think that's all of it is for me is just one
Yeah,
interesting thing because like my it's hard for me to separate them, but it's also hard for me to do any bit of work without like my spouse.
for sure.
Typically people ask like how do you do it all? And it is not because I am good or wonderful or great. Literally,
Well,
Christian's
you are
like,
good, wonderful, and great.
"Th- thank you. But it's like I get to go out and have fun. It's work, but
Yeah,
fun because Christian is like, okay, I am good with this, and I see the bigger picture
yeah.
behind it. I think without that, it
I
would
mean, this is the idea of community that we were just talking about, right?
yeah,
You, in and of yourself, can accomplish your goals, but it's not without the support of
it's
others.
not without the support
Yeah,
of others. Like I obviously folks like you, folks like Darius Brown, folks like Ashley Schuler. Shout out to Ashley Schuler, who have all been a part of like helping to chaperone the community and like wrapping arms around, but then allowing me to do the same, like when it makes
yeah.
sense. All right, so we're gonna go to rapid fire
This is
questions.
my
Okay,
favorite part.
is it?
No,
Is it your favorite
it's
part?
not.
It
It's not.
doesn't feel like
It's
that.
really not. But let's go.
So, Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Comedy or drama?
Hallmark movie, so it's like comedy.
The Hallmark movies have such an equation to them. Shout out to Tracy Culbertson, who has a notion for Hallmark movies.
The way I live for other people who also like Hallmark movies.
Insane. Cooking or takeout?
Cooking.
City life or countryside?
City life.
Rainy day or sunny day?
Sunny day.
Yeah, because who's getting messing up our hair?
No one wants a
No
rainy
one is
day.
missing. Hiking or biking? Neither?
Pass.
I don't know that that's an
Pass.
option. Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Ooh. If you could leave a message for your boys that they could only watch in 10 years, what would you say to them?
I would say that I'm so proud of them. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know who they'll be in 10 years. I think we had this conversation in the car this morning,
Yeah.
but I just know that I am going to be so proud of whoever they become.
By the way, for you mothers of daughters out there,
We are raising
these
gentlemen here.
these are the gentlemen that you want. Okay. These are the gentlemen that you want.
Okay.
Sunrise or sunset.
Sunrise.
If your life was a lifetime movie, what would it be called?
I think I said it before, Will and Grace. I think that was a sitcom at some
It
point.
was
But when I
just
think
because you
about,
think
yeah, but
close.
when I think about, how I try to operate, how I try to present to the world, I think again, it's the will that I have in my heart to accomplish the things that I want. And then with grace, always.
And last one, if you could travel back in, if you could travel in time, would it be to the past or to the future?
Oh my goodness. I'm so torn. A part of me would love to go to the past and remember when the boys were so little. But then a part of me enjoys and takes so much pride again in seeing who they become.
I love that.
Yeah.
Any last minute notes you'd like to share?
No, Lee, it's just always an honor, a pleasure being here with you, taking up space with you, using my voice to amplify the good work that we do
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
and individually as well.
So if you're not already following, as she mentioned, it is a public, it is
The
public,
classic Nick.
the classic Nick. Please make sure you are following on TikTok and Instagram. And if you're looking on LinkedIn, definitely follow her there as well for ways of work and content that is for the modern woman who doesn't have to just wait for some dude to tell her how to stand up and have her own voice. Okay, she's a brick house. Okay, she's doing the things. She's making moves and doing
Doing it.
all the things. Okay, there you are. In the words of Tabitha Brown, I hope you have the most amazing day. But even if you can't, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. Bye, y'all.